Subtle vibrations in your skin dictate how you feel about reality itself. We often mistake intuition for magic, but what if it's just incredibly precise mechanical engineering? Your body is constantly absorbing information from its environment, not through light or sound alone, but through microtremors we barely register. Think of these specialized receptors like a hypersensitive tuning fork reacting to the planet's deepest hum. They capture frequencies too delicate for conscious thought. This ability means that deep physical input can drive profound shifts in awareness and feeling. We are finally mapping this somatosensory substrate, studying how Pacinian fidelity translates microscopic mechanical signals into complex felt knowledge. We often speak of sensing things beyond our sight, a subtle shift in energy or an intuitive knowing. But what if this is simply extraordinarily precise physical data? The brain isn't just processing light and sound. It's constantly mapping the smallest mechanical vibrations across your skin. These are detected by receptors called Pacinian corpuscles. Think of them like microscopic seismic sensors on your body, so finely tuned that they catch frequencies too subtle for conscious thought to register easily, translating pure physical movement into deep neural signals. This incredible fidelity is how we begin to feel the architecture of reality itself. It's not just pressure we feel, it's frequency. Our body is a high-fidelity receiver tuned to shifts in the foundational vibration of existence. Think of your skin less like sandpaper and more like an incredibly fine seismograph picking up tremors from worlds away. The specific receptors called Pacinian corpuscles don't register crude touch. They transduce minute mechanical microvibrations into electrical signals that map complex texture or even energetic patterns onto our nervous system. This ability to process ultra-subtle inputs drives what researchers are calling resonance with primal reality, a genuine physiological link between external pattern and internal awareness, which means something nobody expected for how intuition actually forms felt knowledge. You have to see the implications of this next. Our sense of subtle internal shifts is not just a feeling, it's data. Imagine your body as an incredibly sensitive seismograph that picks up environmental whispers and energetic textures far below human hearing. The specific microvibrations sensed by specialized Pacinian corpuscles are translating into action potentials with almost perfect fidelity, like receiving a Morse code signal from deep inside yourself. This suggests intuition might not be mystical. It could be ultra-high-resolution mechanical informing our perception of reality before the conscious mind catches up. But some researchers argue these signals are purely random noise, lacking genuine predictive value. How accurate is that claim? If we can map this somatosensory substrate precisely, what does it tell us about resonance with primal patterns? We often think intuition is magic, some soft feeling that has no basis in reality. But what if the feeling isn't subjective at all? What if it's data? Imagine your skin not just touching things, but acting like a highly precise seismic sensor for the world around you. Those tiny Pacinian receptors pick up mechanical microvibrations, the whisper of form, and instantly translate that physical movement into electrical signals. This fidelity is incredible. The receptor fires and sends this signal to your brain. But here's where it gets wild. What happens next? How those patterns resonate within your neural network is the mechanism we haven't mapped yet, and that shift changes everything you thought about knowing. We usually think of intuition as just a feeling, a vague hunch in your gut. But what if that sensation isn't internal chemistry? What if it's frequency matching? Picture tuning into an old radio station, but instead of sound waves, you are catching ultra-subtle mechanical whispers from reality itself. The body holds a perfect receiver for these microshifts. This high fidelity comes specifically through receptors like the Pacinian corpuscle. They aren't just recording bumps, they're translating deep, primal vibrations into signals that rewire your awareness. But here's the real twist. This tuning isn't passive. It changes how reality appears to you entirely. We always thought of intuition as something purely abstract, a feeling that floats in your chest. A hunch. Something fuzzy and hard to prove. But what if it's not floating? What if these deep somatic vibrations we barely notice are actually carrying highly specific data, like receiving seismic readings from inside the Earth itself? The finding here suggests those subtle microshifts aren't just noise, they are complex, structured patterns of information transmitted by receptors like Pacinian corpuscles. It means your body is listening to a frequency spectrum that goes far beyond simple pressure or temperature, and it's using that mechanical input as its primary channel for understanding reality before the brain even forms a thought. It turns out our intuitive awareness isn't some magical mystery. It might be a hypersensitive antenna built right into our skin. Imagine feeling static electricity, but instead of an annoyance, that subtle hum is complex information about your environment or yourself. The science shows these tiny tremors are being perfectly captured by Pacinian corpuscles. These high-fidelity sensors translate cosmic tuning into measurable electrical signals in the brain. This bridges the gap between just feeling and objective knowledge. Pay attention to those fine vibrations of life. They carry data. For the full research archive is at jmthomasofficial.com. The secret is that subtle vibration isn't just noise, it's data. Think of your body like a finely tuned seismograph listening to the planet's deepest hums. When you pay attention to those low-frequency somatic shifts, that inner resonance, you are actually receiving high-fidelity mechanical input, which the nervous system translates into felt knowledge. It is objective biology giving birth to subjective intuition. The actionable step? Practice quiet awareness of your own baseline vibration throughout a day. Map that internal hum. This bridge between physical stimulus and deep knowing changes how you perceive reality itself. The full research archive is at jmthomasofficial.com.